Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's get right into the stock market technical analysis. We're going to go ahead and just look at the broad markets, look at bonds, gold, some individual trade ideas, and we'll wrap up. If you guys are finding value in the content that I'm putting out here, at a minimum, drop me a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It helps the channel. And then if you guys are interested in a little more content, or if you're interested in learning this more as a skill set rather than just watching YouTube videos, join the private membership group and check out my course. Both are in the link in the description below. Check that out if interested. Okay, we're gonna get into triple Qs. Again, I pointed out to the private member group this morning the kind of the key levels to watch is about 279. So we're looking at the hourly chart here. You can see that basically we have been getting rejected here. This is kind of the third time we're sitting right there at the level. We'll see if we break out or not. At the end of the day, couple things going on. If we break above this 279, it's about 279.50, and again, here's another reaction where it was support right there. So that's kind of the pivot point in the short term. We break above that, I see another level right up here, all right, and it's about 286. So and then a potential downtrend line. Again, it's only potential because I only have 2 data points, so it's not extremely valid, but I kind of marked it out. If we rally above here, again, 286 should be the end of the rally before we make the next leg lower. And we do have bullish divergence. You'll see here on the hourly chart, on the RSI, just short term, kind of mark it out right here. Some bullish divergence showing up again. So, you know, we could easily pop. 286 is the level I'm watching. At the end of the day, we're just chopping around. So this is the range right now. We need to trade a break, and basically a break to the upside puts us at 286, a break to the downside, and most likely take out these lows at 269.54. Those are your June lows, and head down to the next target for the bear market, which is 238 in triple Qs. So just trade it the way it goes. The S&P 500, the SPY. So again, just trading down near these June lows, which is right here about 362.50. Okay, we have not had a close below that level yet. We are still closing just slightly above there. So they're making it look like it's going to be a double bottom. I suspect it's not going to be, but the fact that it kind of looks like one and it could rally from here, I suspect we break to the downside. But we don't see it yet. On the hourly chart, slight bullish divergence here on the RSI. You'll see it right there, and on the PPO. So that was a divergent low. So again, we could rally. Keep an open mind about it, and we'll see. You guys know my thoughts. I think whether we rally, I think it will be short-lived. Okay, so on SPY, if we're going to rally, I would say the levels to watch right now, let me kind of move this down. It's right about here at about 370.50. You break above that, you're probably going to trade up to potentially 381.50, 381, somewhere right in there. That would be the max bounce target for me on that one, yeah. Okay, so that's what I got on the shorter time frame. Let's look at gold and bonds. So gold, this is gold bullion. I kind of marked out this on the hourly. We've got some resistance. We've got kind of a trend to watch. And they rallied it today right up to that trend line resistance, but this seems like the rally's running out of steam. Again, I don't see any bigger picture changes right now in gold. If I go to the daily, you'll see that, we still have bullish divergence on the daily chart. Look at that right there. So that's bullish. It's a bullish setup for sure. If I zoom in on the PPO, see this is starting to turn up. Okay, so we have a bullish setup when we made this new low. So again, I continue to look for the recovery of 1680. All right, 1680, nice recovery of that level. And it should signal that this breakdown here over the last couple of weeks has been a false breakdown, bear trap. And that's the way I'm leaning, although I still need to see it. 1680, for anyone that's unfamiliar, is a key level of support, which has been broken at this point. But you can see here, look, this is support, support, support. Really going back all the way to April of 2020, it's been support. There's the latest test, and we're below it. So if we recover it right here, then we should, it will signal a bear trap, and we should have a pretty strong rally out of here. But again, I don't see anything yet telling me it's time to go long gold. So 1680 on the miners, GDX. Oh, no real change. The bigger picture, we've got bullish divergence that remains on both momentum indicators. So this price action, we've been drifting lower, has been divergent lows. Okay, that's a divergent low. That's a divergent low. We're definitely setting up for a strong rally. We need to see gold kind of shape up. I'm watching, one of the indicators I'm watching is Newmont Mining, NEM. This is the largest gold miner. So you'll see here on the daily chart, we have a downtrend line right there. We have clear, strong bullish divergence that's been building for a while. And we've just been drifting lower, but not selling impulsively. So these are divergent lows. We need to see a buy signal or a breakout above this downtrend line and probably above this 44 area. I'd like to see it above this 44. That should set us up for a buy signal and a breakout and rally in the miners and gold. But again, we don't have it yet, so we're just continuing to watch. Okay, and this all plays into the bond, bonds and the dollar. So let's look at TLT. As powerful as the rally has been today in bonds, I don't see any indication that we have a buy signal yet. So here's TLT drifting lower in this channel. Now we got outside of the channel yesterday, so they snapped it back up within the channel, but we're still within that channel, and that channel is down. So until I see a change in that, interest rates should continue to rise. All right, so that's it on bonds. Now if I look at the daily chart, we do have bullish divergence. Okay, you'll see it right here on the daily, just barely on the RSI, and we have it there on the PPO. So if we can get the break out of this channel, then okay, we'll have a buy signal. The divergences are telling me it's coming soon, but we don't have it yet. So again, I talk about, this is just kind of me breaking out the trades step by step. I teach this in my course, so check that out if you're interested. Link in the description below. And I priced it affordable. That's the best part about it. It's attainable and affordable for all. So I'm not promising the world, but I'm not charging you guys the world either. But I am promising you a good set of, a good course with a lot of value in there, especially for the money. So check that out if you're interested. Link in the description below. All right, so that's bonds. And then the dollar is another key one we're really watching. We've got kind of a decent sell-off today, but no change, all right? No technical change. So if I look at the dollar, on the daily chart, you'll see we're still holding that negative divergence. Here it is on the RSI. See, we still have it. So, okay, negative divergence, and it's there on the PPO. We'll zoom in just barely there. So we've got the negative divergence still in place. On the daily chart, we have this bullish uptrend, so it tells me the trend's about to reverse, but we don't have any breaks of trend. If I go to the hourly chart, I've got kind of a short-term trend right here going on. This is the parabolic move that the dollar's been in, and you can see we're just trading right down to there, and the buyers are, holding it up so far. So no change there. And on the daily chart, I've got a couple trends on the daily chart, but we've got this trend line right here on the daily. That needs to really break before gold before gold really gets going. We probably need to see that break, breaking this trend line. So no change across the board. Gold's got bullish divergence, dollar has negative divergence, and the bonds have bullish divergence, but there's no buy signals on anything or sell signals. I know some people talked about LLY. I'm not going to go into this in terms of technicals because we got out of the trade. It was a short trade idea and setup, but the other day I got out of it because we were showing relative strength when the market was pretty much imploding. This was holding up and kind of rallying a little bit. That was a signal to me to get out of the trade. It just wasn't working as a short trade, so we got out. And today it gapped up pretty big, about 7-8%. So that's just a lesson in, if a trade isn't working, you gotta learn to take your losses. That's part of trading. I'm not going to be right 100% of the time, and if you think I'm going to be right 100% of the time, you're going to end up losing money on the ones when I get out of the trade, like I did a couple days ago, because it wasn't working. We take a small loss and we move on. If you hold it thinking, no, I can never have a losing trade, every trade I have has to be a winner, you're going to end up just, it's just not the way to do it. You end up being a bag holder because the trade goes against you, and then you don't want to sell it then, and then you just turn your trading strategy into hope, and I hope it comes back, and that's not a trading strategy. So again, just big gap up today. I'm not interested in this right now, so we're moving on. Okay, Adobe. So Adobe, in my mind, is going to be a long setup. We're not there yet, so I'm not taking a trade on it yet, but I want to point it out before it shows up. I typically talk about trade setups for a couple weeks before they actually trigger and play out. Adobe. All right, so we're in a downtrend, obvious, big, huge breakdown the other day on earnings or some sort of news event. We've got big support here on the daily at about 262. I've got it marked out. So as we approach that level, and we're not there yet, we got a little more to go, but as we approach that level, I'm looking for bullish divergence, signs of a bottom, things like that, and we'll watch for the setup. I don't see anything on the daily chart telling me, we've bottomed yet, so obviously we've got this support down here. I think we're heading down there. If I go down to the hourly, though, I am starting to see the bullish divergence showing up on the hourly. Okay, so as we drift lower, this is divergent low price action. So I think we continue to drift lower, hit that support down there around 262 or so, and then we're going to watch for a buy signal or a potential long trade. So that's what I got on that one. Nothing yet. Just want to keep an eye on it. Keep it on everyone's radar. And we'll wrap up here with Intel. I talked about this as a trade idea. Not actionable yet, but definitely a setup. So on Intel, I'm on the weekly chart right now. We're going to roll back, bigger picture, looking all the way back to about 2005. You can see Intel. This was resistance for a long time, all right? We've got several reactions. I've got them all circled. And then most recently, it's been kind of support. Now, it's not super crystal clean. There have, it does stop sometimes a little early or chop through it a little bit. But there's still been several reactions on this key level, and we have fallen really impulsively, just straight down, and we've actually undercut the level right there. All right, so that doesn't mean that it's a buy or a go long, but what I'd look for is a recovery of that level. Okay, can we recover 28.55 relatively soon? If I go down to the daily, you'll notice, there it is. We're below there. No divergence here on the daily, so no indication that we're going to reverse or anything. At the end of the day, this is just in a strong downtrend, and that's it. If we go to the hourly, starting to see some bullish divergence showing up on the RSI here, and just barely there on the PPO. So, again, what I would do is just watch this, right here. You kind of have this trend line here to watch, potentially. So we look for a recovery of some of these key levels here. So there it is. You look for recovery and ultimately like a breakout of this downtrend line here. Right now that's at about $30, but we start to break above there, and Intel could have a pretty strong bear market rally. Okay, and those are all things to watch for. If Intel wants to rally, you do have the potential to rally. A couple of key levels I pointed out before. Up here, about 35-ish is decent resistance. You break above there, you could head all the way up to about 45-ish or so. It really depends on when you get there, but these are just things to watch for. Again, no buy signal. If you don't know what a buy signal is, or when do those trigger, or how do these setups work, or any of that, take my course. That's exactly what I teach in that course. So check that out. Guys, that's all I have for today. Unless I see something else get crazy, I'm going to go ahead and leave you there. So drop me a thumbs up on your way out. Catch you on the next one.